Exciting times here, because today, finally, we can buy the Corvette CX concept and the Corvette CXR VGT concept. So I've been just getting some money, putting together some money, hardly won, so I can buy this beast here. Wow, it looks amazing. And my collector level increased, lovely. Alright, yeah, so let's just have a quick look in the garage. And then, without further ado, I'll drive it. Yeah, looks beautiful. Oh, now that's futuristic. Heads-up display, nice. It definitely looks the part. Alright, let's drive it. So, I'm gonna drive it in the Nurburgring, of course. I'm curious about how it will handle. So, let's do a custom race, usual settings. Slipstream real, no damage, no tire wear, no fuel, grip reduction real, professional level drivers, all good. Let me just check the tires because I would like to race it with Racing Softs. And that's what we have. Perfect. What do we have in the settings? Nothing is adjustable out of the box. Interesting. No downforce adjustments. Oh well, easier that way, huh? Alright, let's see what it does. Ooh, that's quick. This is exciting. 300 already. Wow. There is a 7th gear. Oh, just testing the waters here. Oof. Okay. Ooh, okay. Lost the rear there. Very good traction out of corners, very good braking. Sorry there. Feels easier to control than the Lamborghini Vision GT. Even though I only have the standard one, I believe there's also a racing version of the Lamborghini Vision GT, which I don't have, so it's not exactly a fair comparison. Feels very plenty, the car. Its suspension can really cope well with all the Nurburgring, less than smooth tarmac. Because a bit of a situation here. I was too eager in that overtake there. First impressions is really fun to drive. And really fast. Curious about the top speed, which we'll find out in a moment. Ooh, 8 gears. Alright, 400. Alright, that's fast. Oof, oof. Ooh. I never took that turn at 400. Ooh. Still here, still alive, I think. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. Yeah, just happened too fast. Next, this lap I will definitely try to brake a bit earlier, potentially start braking a bit. I just try to do it full power, like with the Group 1. I do it in the Group 1 Porsche 962C. Alright, and now losing focus. Yes, out of sync. Come on. Okay, let's do this. Just double checking. Yeah, traction control is off. It's... won't say it's very, very easy, but not too bad for deploying power, even with traction control off. Oof. Things were going much better on the first lap. I noticed that the battery is depleted, so I think this has a hybrid powertrain. I don't know if there's any way to control the battery deployment, but the car feels definitely slower now. The sound is a bit different. And that's a thing because we have no battery. Interesting. Oof. I really didn't do my investigation, but my homework, but I think the car might have some kind of care system that recuperates energy from exhaust gases and braking, puts it into the battery, and then that power is used to complement the petrol engine. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely a big difference of performance. Now I feel like I have full performance again, and now not any. Yeah, battery is depleted now. Far less performance. Interesting. Huh. Wonder how you can manage that in a race. Not sure if there's any way to manage the way that battery is used, so maybe it depends on how much you accelerate, how much of that power is used. Oh, that's very slow. But yeah, definitely the car feels much slower than it did on the first lap. And I wonder if that's because the Nurburgring Nordschleife, unlike conventional GP circuits and most circuits, there's not a lot of hard braking, so not a lot of regenerative braking happening, and therefore not the ideal situation for a hybrid vehicle like this with a kind of CARES system. Yeah, as soon as there's some charge on the battery, it's much faster. Yep. Huh. I guess a better test would be in a more normal track with lots of hard braking. But it's interesting to see how it works on Nürburgring as well. Even it's my favorite track. So yeah, so now, with the battery I have, I don't expect to be able to hit 400 kilometers per hour on the straight. We'll see what happens. Definitely not. Much lower. Yeah, I was in 8th gear on the previous lap. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I can feel it. The brutal difference in acceleration once you have some energy stored in the battery. Still a fast car, even without the battery power, just not as crazy, insanely fast as it was on the first lap. That must have been an interesting accident to watch. Sorry. But boy, it does go when there's power on that battery. Oh, yeah, that right wheel climbing the curve there, bad idea. It's really strange because you get used to not having that extra power, and then all of a sudden the power is there and the car accelerates in a way that you're really not expecting it. And I just got catapulted against that wall basically because I wasn't expecting so much power to be deployed. Yeah, compare this to what I previously have. definitely able to carry some serious speed through these corners. Yeah. These computer-controlled opponents can be very slow. There goes. Noticing now, I had some cars with hybrid, but I never really looked into it. As you can see there, near the battery symbol, bottom left. So it's almost empty now, right? And there's no... now there was a green arrow. I think when the green arrow is present, it's because it's, regenerating. So it seems like it only regenerates under braking. And when power is being deployed, you get the red. I think you get a red arrow on the opposite side. So that green arrow shows to the right side of the battery display. And I believe the red arrow shows on the left. So now there's no battery assistance, basically. It's a beautiful car. Wow. Okay, let's try to do this. Yeah, big jump in there. There you go. Red arrow indicates that power is being deployed. And you can instantly feel the crazy, insane extra acceleration. And back to normal. Yeah, so that's it. So I think that's it, because you don't get a lot of hard braking in the Nurburgring. You have so many corners where it just slightly decelerates compared to your normal Grand Prix circuits. That's, I think that's most of the time, if you're doing more than one lap, most of the time you'll be without that battery backup. Unless, of course, you get a lot of these computer-controlled opponents and you have to brake. It's actually another thing. I'm finding these computer-controlled players to be particularly slow with this car. So, for some reason it puts, everyone on similar cars. Kind of makes sense, yeah. Car is a bit special. But I'm surprised at how slow they are. I don't know if when Polyphony software developers programmed the logic behind the computer players, if they do it kind of per car in a way. There must be some fine-tuning per car for sure. And maybe this will improve in subsequent updates, but now I'm chasing the guy in first position and I'm pretty sure I'll catch up with him quite soon. Unless I crash it. And I shouldn't, because it's first time I'm driving the car, completely new to it. And I'm not driving particularly well. See how slow in here. Sorry. Woohoo! Extra boost. Makes it fun in a way, because you don't know when all that extra power is arriving, and then all of a sudden you're just rushing into the horizon. makes it quite, I don't know, it's unexpected. Unless you keep a close eye, I guess if you drive it more, you'll get used to. If I drive it more here in the Nurburgring, I'll start getting used to the pattern of where it has enough battery to actually deploy the auxiliary boost. Particularly must be after hard braking sections of the circuit, but yeah, until you get used to that, it's just, you just don't know when it will happen. So performance is not consistent at all. Ooh, I thought second place was further away. I just didn't look. Right. Whoa. 9th position. That was harsh. Lost focus. Also, I think that's, not sure, but I believe that's power to the, from the battery comes from the front wheels maybe, so that will change the dynamics of the car, out of corners particularly. Oh. Interesting. There you go. Full power. Yeah, I don't know, it feels like I can corner faster when that battery boost is on. Maybe because I'm in kind of four-wheel drive mode. Not sure though. Further investigation required. this extra power comes is just thrilling. Also don't... okay. Yeah, so now I have the power. It was deployed. And the car accelerated more than I expected. Yeah, this is wild. And I can't say that it works for the Nurburgring. It needs consistent performance along the lap. I mean, maybe you'll eventually get used to it. As I say, if you do clean laps, same braking points lap after lap, and probably you'll know when you get that extra power. But yeah, right now I just feel that it's completely unpredictable. I don't know when I'm getting that extra boost. Particularly because right now there's a bit of green in that battery display, right? Battery meter, but extra power is not getting deployed. There's no assistance from the battery, at least I can tell, because I believe the red arrow will show when that is happening. So yeah, I'm not sure as well. Maybe that battery level needs to get to some point for that assistance to be provided. All right. Catastrophe. Whoa. Right. Come on, come on. So now I have the red arrow, so I have the extra boost. Yeah. Oh, that's so slow. Yeah, I don't know. One thing that I would like to see is, I might be wrong, but I feel like when you have enough power for that extra boost, no matter how light you're touching the gas, it's being applied. So personally, I think it would be I would prefer it if you had if it was only applied after, say, 80-90% of when you're applying 8 or 90% of the gas pedal, you know, so that you would have some control on how that energy is used. Again, I might be missing something, but yeah. So yeah. You know, it is good. Interesting, the handling. As I said, I just don't think it works in Nurburgring because you get a really fast car on the first lap and then kind of a normal Group 1 performance level car, kind of. Yeah, don't know. I think what I'll do next is, so 6:01, which is a goodish time for Group 1 car lap. It was my first lap, so that just goes to show that, I didn't even know the car and I was stuck behind the others, etc. It was just that mad performance being deployed on the fast bits of the circuit. That's the only way I managed to get that 6:01. I'll do a little break, leave you with a replay, and what I'll do when I come back is, let me just save this replay anyhow. And what I'll do when I come back is race another circuit, a more normal one, and see if that boost is deployed in a better way. Alright, see you in a bit. Start of lap. Enjoy. Right, I'm back. I was just thinking that what I will actually do is go on to a live. So I'll stop this video now and do a live driving it in another circuit and then maybe another 2 laps of the Nurburgring. Hope you enjoyed and please subscribe. I definitely need subscribers. Help me out. Cheers.